Energy Engineering Lab. Angular viscometer. Viscosity. A quantity expressing the magnitude of internal friction in a fluid, as measured by the force per unit area, resisting uniform flow. It is the property of a fluid that determines its resistance to flow. It is an indicator of the flow ability of a lubricating oil. The lower the viscosity, greater the flow ability. It's mainly due to the forces of cohesion between the molecules of lubricating oil. There are two types of the viscosities. Kinematic viscosity. Kinematic viscosity of a fluid is equal to the ratio of the dynamic viscosity and density of the fluid. The unit of the kinematic viscosity is meter square per second. Dynamic viscosity. Dynamic viscosity of the fluid is the tangential force on the unit area of either of two parallel planes at unit distance apart. When the space between the plates is filled with the fluid and one of the plate moves relative to the other with unit velocity in its own plane, the unit of the dynamic viscosity is dyne second per centimeter square. What is a viscometer? A viscometer is an instrument used to measure the viscosity of a fluid. Viscometers only measures under one flow conditions. Angular viscometer. An instrument used in the measurement of degree angular, a measure of viscosity, the kinematic viscosity V in Stokes. Apparatus for angular viscometer. Thermometer. Oil in chamber. Water in jacket. Beaker for oil. Experimental procedure. Step 1 is clean the oil cup with a suitable solvent thoroughly and dry it using soft tissue paper. Step 2 is keep the adenoid valve stick in its position so as to keep the orifice closed. Step 3 is the water is taken into the water bath and the mobile oil whose viscosity is to be determined is taken into the oil cup up to the mark. Step 4 is before switch on the electric supply at room temperature, note down the time taken in angular second for a collection of 100 ml of oil with a stopwatch. Step 5 is heat the bath and continuously stir it, taking care to see that heating of the bath is done in a careful and controlled manner. Step 7 is remove the adenoid valve stick and simultaneously start a stopwatch. Note the time of collection of oil cup to the 100 ml mark. During the collection of oil, don't stir the bath. Step 8 is repeat the process at various temperatures. Observation and calculations. Here we have the calculations of angular viscometer. Here we have a graph between angular second versus temperature. As the temperature increases, the angular second decreases. A second graph is between kinematic viscosity versus temperature. As the temperature increases, kinematic viscosity decreases. A third graph is between the dynamic viscosity versus temperature. In this graph, as temperature increases, the dynamic viscosity decreases.